all of the victims, Turkish, Syrians, anybody who is affected by this. And but we have another important person here, Inki Welch. Can I have you here at the podium? Inki is the president of House of Pacific Relations. That is the umbrella organization for all the cottages in Balboa Park.
Thank you very much, Ali. My name is Inki Welch. I'm the not only the House of Pacific Relations cottages for all 31 nations, but also president of USA. I am more or less privileged to be here, not necessarily as a HPR president, but as a fellow human, in spirit of solidarity and support for our family. I'm a firm believer that there's only one race in the world, and it's the human race, sharing the same color red blood. As such, as one family, when one member is hurting, we all hurt. When we rejoice and when we celebrate, we do it all together. We share that love. So in that spirit, I'm humbly standing before you, and on behalf of all the cottages, that I express sincere condolences and deepest sympathy for those who lost their lives in Turkey during this devastation. But guess what? As a family, we are united, and with collective power and wisdom that we all have, for support for one another and to find solutions to rise above these difficulties together for our perpetual welfare, our peace, our solidarity, and just goodwill toward one another, because we are one family. You are me, I am you, and whatever I can help within my own power, even though it's very meager, that I'm here to help and to support every and all of you here, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Inki, for that heartfelt message. Our hearts are with all the people here and beyond, of course, in all the affected areas. So I'm not going to talk long because I don't want to get emotional here. It is hard not to be emotional. And really, this is again what we are trying to do is our unity. Our hearts are all together, and we would like to start this healing process. And one of the things we could do, we thought, is this donation campaign. And as I said, response is overwhelming, including one of the tech entrepreneurs of Turkish origin in this area, Mr. Taner Halıcıoğlu, yesterday committed to make a matching donation for $100,000. So our goal is to reach or even exceed this. So we are looking at more than 200,000 with our members and San Diegans in general. But we are going to talk more details and answer your questions if there is any questions by media later. But first of all, let's get an update about the situation in Turkey. Ayşin Nevil is our... Oh yeah, okay. So Ayşin Nevil is our ex-board member of House of Turkiye and a very active member. And she did research, and she is gonna give you an update.
Thank you, Oliver. On February 6th, catastrophic and deadly earthquakes struck the southeastern part of Turkey and northern Syria at a magnitude of 7.8, followed by a 7.4 magnitude earthquake hours later, along with 1,052 aftershocks, 150 of which had a magnitude of 4.0 or greater. The area that was devastated had 10 heavily populated cities as well as rural areas in size compared to approximately from our Mexico border of San Diego to almost Santa Barbara. 250 miles long, and 225 miles wide. These twin earthquakes were no ordinary powerful disasters. It was felt as far away as Egypt, 600 miles away, and caused structural damage as far away as Israel, Lebanon, Cyprus, shaking people out of their beds at 4:30 in the morning. This was a strike-slip earthquake, meaning two pieces of the earth slid horizontally past each other. In this case, the Arabian plate is sliding past the Anatolian plate and caused a gap 11 miles deep. According to geological experts, the power of the earthquake equaled the combined energy of 130 nuclear bombs. This is the worst disaster Turkey has ever faced, and this may even go down in history as the worst earthquake that occurred in the world. At least 13.5 million people and 4 million buildings were affected, and 11,000 buildings collapsed across 10 provinces. Several UNESCO World Heritage Sites and structures of historical significance were damaged or completely destroyed. Freezing temperatures, snowfall, and damaged roads and airports have hindered the frantic search and rescue efforts for survivors trapped under the toppled buildings. Several of those trapped under the rubble live streamed their pleas for help in social media. The rescue effort is further complicated by the location of the quake zone in a region already burdened by a war and a refugee crisis, and straddling government and opposition controlled lands in Syria. Turkey's President Erdogan said, 13 million of the country's 85 million citizens are impacted. He declared a 3-month state of emergency in the affected areas. As of today, the death toll has exceeded 20,000, with 100,000 injured and an unknown number of people still missing. By comparison, the worst earthquake in California's history, which occurred in 1906, resulted in 3,000 casualties. Needs are rapidly rising, from search and rescue efforts to recovering bodies, feeding and sheltering survivors living outside in freezing conditions, and uniting orphans with their extended families in other cities. We all woke up in our warm beds with a roof over our heads, hot coffee in our kitchens today. Let's all take a moment to think about those in need in Turkey and northern Syria and help any way that we can. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayşen. Next, we are going to hear from two persons who has direct experience of this kind of earthquakes and also directly affected by this calamity. So first, Inanç, are you around here? Inanç is a scientist and entrepreneur working in San Diego, and he is going to talk next. Inanç, come on.
Thank you. My name is İnanç Ortaç. I survived 99 earthquake that hit northwest of Turkey in 1999. It claimed 17,000, more than 17,000 lives and affected millions of people in the region directly. Many buildings in my neighborhood collapsed at the time, including our building. I was lucky that I left my home a couple hours before the earthquake. I may not be here today if I stayed at home. I was 18 at the time. Though I cannot remember how I looked like when I was 12 because we couldn't save any photos from my childhood from the rubble. My wife, whom I didn't know at the time, grew up just a few blocks away from where I grew up, was saved from a collapsed building, and our lives completely changed, and we were deeply traumatized after that 45 seconds. Since then, our lives have been defined as before the earthquake and after the earthquake. For many years, when we got together with the friends from my hometown, the conversations had been about the friends we lost in the earthquake. There were so many. Now, seeing what is going on the other side of the country, those bad memories are as clear and as devastating as ever for me. This is even bigger than what I experienced. A disaster with this magnitude not only collapses buildings and takes lives, but also deeply damages survivors, families with lost loved ones, even rescuers and volunteers, and even the generations born after the disaster. In fact, the trauma doesn't decay over time, it increases. For many people, this is just the beginning of the dark days ahead. When we are trying to help, we should not focus only on now, which is very critical and people are in need, like as of now. But also we should plan how we can support the people over there tomorrow, the day after, the next year, and even later. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Inan. Next, we are going to have Nir Noyan. Nir is the acting president of American Turkish Association in San Diego, and also directly affected by this earthquake.
Hello, my name is Nir Noyan. I am the acting president of Association of Turkish Americans, Southern California, San Diego. There are really no words to explain this pain. We're devastated. When we heard what happened, right away we tried to get a hold of our families and friends. Some of us couldn't get a hold of them for hours, some for days, and many will never be able to speak to them again. We're here, but our hearts are definitely beating in Turkey. We were asked, is your family okay? Okay? Lost its meaning. And if they're physically okay,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, they're not okay.
This one is taking.
I'm not okay.
Can you guys?
We're not okay. We're all standing here, choking back tears as we speak. We lost so many. The ones that came out of the rubble, they may be alive, but they're homeless. They lost loved ones. They lost their hope for the future. They lost everything. Our work is cut out for us. We're all working very hard, tirelessly, as a community to help our people, help our country. We can't do it alone. So I ask all of you, please, we need your help. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nir. Next, we are going to hear from Arden Pala, who is a 13-year-old and a San Diegan, born in San Diego. And he is an author and also an award-winning producer of shorts. Arden, please come and take over the microphone.
Hi, my name is Arden Paula, and I'm a 13-year-old San Diegan who goes to Francis Parker Middle School. And I'm proud to be a Turkish American. Last year, I was lucky enough to visit the eastern part of Turkey before it was left in rubble. What I saw was bustling cities, vibrant businesses, and many historical landmarks. Every time I go to Turkey, I'm treated with so much hospitality and kindness from complete strangers.